A lot of people believe that the antithesis of love is hate. And I will say the antithesis of love is actually fear. And the reason that I say this is because fear causes us not to take action. Fear causes us not to want to express our emotions. Fear literally holds us in the constraints of feeling unworthy, incapable, unconfident, and just like otherwise like not worthy. For 2024, you must step into the energy of love. You must be the frequency of love, and you must unapologetically show up as such. Because if you don't, girl, the antithesis of love is fear. And if you want to take over 2024, you must stop letting fear control your life. When you are in a mindset of fear, you're automatically in a mindset of lack of mentality. I said it, okay? Because you're afraid to give. You're afraid to express because you don't know when it's going to come back. You don't know when you're going to get this opportunity again to show up or to give or to receive or whatever, because you're just so afraid. You're afraid to open up to your significant other about how you're feeling because you're afraid they're going to leave you. You're afraid to share your opinion due to the fact that you think you're going to get criticized. You're afraid to be who you are because you know that you're going to be judged. But if you want to tackle 2024, if you want to show up as your best and most optimal self and turn into the person that you've always wanted to be, you have to step into the frequency of love. Because when you step into a frequency of love, you step into an energy of nurturing, of caring, of understanding, of empathy, of being the person that you've always wanted to be. Wes Watson, he always says, I think that we were put onto the earth to become the person that we've always needed. And if you want to become the woman that you feel like you've needed, you have to be a loving person. Because I truly believe the person that everyone wants to be or everyone wants to show up as is a loving person. Like, think about all the ways that you've been mistreated or all the ways someone has disappointed you. It's probably because they weren't stepping or acting in a way of love. And then therefore you're like, love is stupid. Kindness is stupid. Why do I give so much to other people and I always get nothing in return? It's because you're not embodying that frequency, because you're not living your life authentically yourself. And so in 2024, I just pray for everyone, and I wish for everyone watching, like whoever you are watching, is just to embark on this love energy, because love will always come back to you. Karmic law, what you put out will always come back to you. And that's why your life has been so shitty, is because you haven't been giving yourself love, giving your community love, giving everything around you love. And therefore, because of that, your life is like doo-doo water, girl. Listen, I'm telling you, one of the hardest things that you're ever gonna do in your life is reflect. Okay, this journey of going inward, this journey of finding like spirit, God, your personal power, what you want to do with your life, that is not an easy journey. One, you're probably not going to ever figure that out because you're always ever evolving and changing and growing and developing, and you're going to have new desires. And then once you hit a certain level of achievement, of goal setting, of showing yourself that you can do this, your dreams are going to get bigger, and you're going to know that you can achieve them due to the fact that you've achieved everything else before. So then a new desire is going to come in front of you, and you're going to go after that next. So it's this ever-evolving journey that, there's nothing wrong with that, and that's great. How are you supposed to embark on this journey if you don't start it with love and you always think about fear? Because love is how you step into your abundant mindset. Love is how you start forgiving yourself. Love is how you go down that discovery of finding your spirit, and when I say spirit, I mean like your soul. I mean your soul's calling. I'm talking about what gets you up in the morning, or why you were put into this earth. Some of the most important people, like the 1%ers of the world, I have no idea who they are. The people who hold 90% of the world's wealth, I do not know who they are. Let me say that again for everyone. The people who control 90% of the world's wealth, I do not know who they are. You don't need to be famous. You don't need all these people to pay attention to you in order to live your life in love and live your life with fulfillment. If you think about the cosmos, the universe, the infinity of everything, right? Of all the little atoms in the world, You are a miracle, just that we're compounded in the way that we are. Like, even the fact that we have a brain, okay? Because I love to reference the Matrix because, like, the more and more I go down this spiritual journey, the more and more I kind of, like, am trying to, like, figure myself out, the more and more I'm like, are we in a Matrix? Like, seriously, dude. I'm like, all I'm asking is that I live a good life. Please, whoever's playing me, who's ever my character, please just do me right. You know what I'm saying? Amen, brother. What I'm really trying to say here is, like, in the Matrix, right? I think they were saying how, like, one brain can power the world's, the supercomputer for, like millions of years. One brain, and they enslaved the whole entire human race. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the potential, okay, the fact that we can even think is, like, crazy, okay? Like, that alone blows my mind. Then on top of that, not only can we, like, think, right, we can meditate, and that's even greater. And I know people are like,
meditation is hard, and, like, you know, like, I'm not even, like, thinking in meditation.
I know, but you still are so receptive to energy, to insights, to inspiration. Oh my god, those lower lashes are not lashing. It's fine. Distracted, ADHD. Girl, if you love this makeup, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry, it's definitely on my Instagram and my TikTok, and I will link that down below. So just watch the short form video. It's not, like, in depth about it, but I was like, I cannot let this makeup go to waste. Y'all know. Like, come on now. You are this, like, super powerful being, and you're not acting like it. And you're also acting like you don't know the power of love, because love can literally heal everything and everyone. Like, there's so many stories. Like, if you love yourself, you can love yourself to health, you can love yourself to wealth, you can literally love yourself to literally anything. But everyone is so afraid to open their heart. You know what, I'm just gonna be vulnerable for a second. Okay, let's just, like, be vulnerable for a second. You know, like, I think this is fine. I'm not gonna, like, show my stuff on the internet, but, you know, I'm gonna speak some stuff, okay? So listen, this is how I'm realizing the power of love, okay, or the power of fear when it comes to love, okay? So recently I was in a relationship, a romantic one, and we have separated. And the reason why we separated was because I learned for myself that I am a fearful, avoidant attachment, right? So you're probably like,
how's a girl that has fearful attachment gonna tell me about love?
You know, that's exactly why I am going to tell you about love, is because I know how much I lost because I let fear control me, because I'm so afraid to let someone into my heart, into my opinion, into what I want, into my dreams, that I let them go. And I just can't feel stable in a relationship. Like, I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid that when they actually see me, they're gonna be like, girl, you need to leave. You know, like, that's, like, the whole fear about even being on social media, right? It's like, you're so afraid to show your true self, to show your personality, to share your opinions, because everyone is so different. And yes, I do believe I'm going to align people who have similar thought processes as me and are also going on this self-discovery spiritual journey, you know, also, like, love makeup and be girly and stuff. Like, that's all things that I think are awesome. At the same time, we're still going to make connections differently. You know, as the saying goes, like, genius isn't about how intelligent you are. Genius is based on how you make connections. For example, right? So in intelligence-wise, you kind of have a textbook in a way. Yeah, like, textbook, like, 2 + 2 = 4. And you can just, like, kind of go in a systematic way and find intelligence. Okay, you're smart. Like, you know how to do math. You know how to problem solve. You know how to, what's the thing you did in English? Inference, you know, like, you can do that. But genius, okay, this is how you become a genius, is you do things not how the textbook is saying. You make connections and you find new connections because you explore the unknown, because you walk the path least traveled, not the path that everyone knows, like, okay, this is from A to B. It's like, you're gonna go, like, you know, say like that. And that's what makes you a genius, or it makes you have genius mentality. People who were genius, like Albert Einstein, he knew the power of imagination, he knew the power of fun, and he knew the power, I think, of love, because I truly believe he loved what he was doing. And you know, everyone has a good and bad side. Like, no one's perfect, no one's infallible, you know what I'm saying? But he had a deep understanding of people, he had a deep understanding of the world, and therefore he made a very big impact on it. And for that, I can't deny who he is. You know, that's another thing that relates to love, I believe, as well too, is that just because someone does something shitty doesn't mean everything about them is shitty. Let me say that again. Just because someone does one thing that's shitty doesn't mean everything about them is shitty. And listen, I know some people can do some really shitty stuff. Like trust me, I know, like, people cannot be good people. Again, if you lead your life with love, the first thing I think about is someone had to hurt them in order for them to act like that. Someone had to show them how to act like that for them to act like that. Or their response to be a shitty person or do a shitty thing is because someone hurt them. That's my first thought. The second thing, again, if you try to leave your heart with love, the second thing is that if you define everybody by one mistake, none of us would be saved. Like, that's the whole point, like, why God died, right? Like, Jesus died to forgive us for our sins. And I'm telling you, if God didn't die for our sins, all of us would be burning in the pits of hell. If you believe in that, of course. I'm just saying that if you're religious, you know. A lot of people are still really religious, because I live in Texas and I'm starting to understand that. ADD. What I'm trying to say here is, like, if you let one mistake define someone, they're never going to show you who they really are, you know, because that's also so unfair, because, like, what, you've never made a mistake, you've never done something shitty? Like, girl, get out of here. Just because someone might do one thing shitty doesn't mean they do everything in their life shitty. This is the whole concept of that rich people are unhappy, or rich people are actually shitty people. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing they do well is build businesses. One skill that they have well is building wealth. That's a skill. That's something you have to learn. That's like something that's like a mindset you have to have. Like, we're learning about this. That is something that they do well. But, like, when it comes to, like, maybe building relationships, like, or like intimate relationships, they might suck at it. They might not be really good. They might be like awful fathers or parents because all they do is work. You know what I'm saying? So, like, in the parenting aspect, you will never take advice from them. But in the business aspect or the wealth building aspect, you would take advice from them, because look at what they created. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's kind of the whole point of what I'm saying about, you know, just because one person does something bad doesn't mean everything about them is bad. Yes, have discernment. I'm not saying love everybody, like, oh my God, just like throw your heart out and like get abused. No, like, no, be smart. At the same time, when you lead your life with love, the biggest thing, this is the thing that I want you to take away from this video. When you lead your life with love, like from your heart center, the thing that you most express, that most emanates from you, is compassion and forgiveness. That is, girl, let me say it again. Compassion and forgiveness. That is the thing that will help you so much in life. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing that is going to, like, do it for you. In my opinion. If you're so afraid to love someone, you're afraid to forgive them. Because, again, forgiveness is always for you. Forgiveness is for you, and compassion is for somebody else. Loving someone is all about compassion and forgiveness, because people are going to disappoint you. People are going to hurt you. People are going to hurt yourself. You're going to disappoint yourself. But that's where self-compassion comes in. That's where self-forgiveness comes in. You know? And if we want to align, because I align with this idea, and again, you don't have to. You have your own beliefs. But my belief is that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And so, if that's what I believe, right, then the skin that I'm wearing, right, this mind that I have, it's not really me, because I'm a spiritual being, because I'm in essence energy, and in my essence I am love. When you imagine yourself as a spiritual being, and you understand that everything is love and everything is energy, and that if I am the energy of love, therefore When someone else treats me otherwise, or I feel other ways about myself, I can forgive them, have compassion for them because of whatever they did that made me trigger me or make me feel this way or whatever it may be. I can come back and say, I'm gonna treat you with love because that is who I am, because in the essence and because of the energy of what I am, a spiritual being having a human experience, I will come back to love. I know there's gonna be an element of having boundaries and respecting your body and your happiness and your energy. There's an element of that. Absolutely. Never said there wasn't. Saying you still need those things. But when you step into every situation, every problem, every challenge, everything that you do with love, you will get love in return. And remember, an argument is an argument until you start yelling back. But if you step in every situation with love, you know how it's gonna end up? With love. Which I think is like the scariest thing ever. Which is another thing that doesn't make any sense, but
you know, maybe you should also, if you are similar to me and the things I'm saying resonate with you, you know?
Another thing is that, are you afraid that actually the perfect thing can happen? Because I am. This is something that I want to like. I am scared that things will work out for me. I'm scared that abundance and success will come to me. I'm scared that I will find my soulmate. Imagine everything that you ever want to just like comes to you. And it's like, oh my gosh, like it's almost like more pressure to be a loving individual because you don't want to lose that. So might as well start when you have nothing. Just be love and then you'll get it all back for yourself. Oh, that's what they mean. I think that's what they mean when they say like you need to act like it's already there. It's not an epiphany. If you had your soulmate, how would you act? With love, right? If you had everything you wanted, you would have to act like love because you wouldn't want to lose that thing. Oh my gosh. I'm so grateful. I'm going to put this video on the internet. I hope it talks to someone and you also have the same epiphany that I had. Is that when you are your most abundant self, you radiate love. You are love because you have everything you've always wanted. End of the video.